Morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Destination Fantasy Podcast. This is week 10, live from the cribs with myself. Deshaun, he's back for a second straight week. What's up, bro? Walt, he got the gear on. Matter of fact, everybody got the gear on right now. But how y'all doing today?
Man, I'm doing wonderful, bro. Not ready for this like seasonal change that is obviously upon us. Excuse me, but man, other than that, all is well, bro. How y'all feeling this today?
I'm actually kind of down, man. We're in week 10. So that means the football season is kind of trickling away. You don't have those, first couple of week jitters. So, yeah, I saw something where somebody was saying that they might go to 18 games, and there were some negative comments. And I'm like, nah, I need more football.
Man, that'd be insane. I think I did see that, and they talking about like expanding the team, like to like Toronto or what was
London? Yeah, that's where they're taking Jacksonville over to London.
It seems inevitable, right? They're the only one with a real fan base over there at this point.
Yeah.
Man, dude, it's cold outside, man.
Man, I just left from out there, bro. I'm glad to be back in. Is all I can say.
For real. All right, so let's get into the big news. So, as we know, it started from last week, trickled down from Odell Beckham getting released by the Browns. I know, Walt Hughes over there was reading the letter that he sent to the Browns. He cleared waivers, took a couple of days. Jalen Ramsey hit him up on FaceTime. Was like, hey, like, are you coming? Like, I don't know, they want me. He goes into the wide receiver room. Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods told him, like, come on over. He comes on over. So Odell Beckham signs with the Rams. Then we found out yesterday that at a practice, Robert Woods torn his ACL. So it went from OBJ went from a luxury to a necessity here. So just basically quick thoughts about this whole scenario right now.
Man, I feel like it's a match made in heaven. Sean McVay has, gained another infinity stone, as we like to say, man. Like, they are all and powerful right now, man. Man, you just look like how that offense was without OBJ. Is just, the addition of Von Miller, OBJ over the last couple of months, man, it definitely does put them over the top for me inside the NFC. And I already was saying that prior to this deal being made. With that being said, they are my front runner overall to win the Super Bowl this year, if all things pan out. Super unfortunate what happened to Robert Woods. Robert Woods was just starting to hit his stride over the past couple of weeks, so my heartfelt prayers goes out to that man. Hopefully he can rejuvenate his career, even with OBJ coming in, because he is a fantastic wide receiver. Cooper Kupp will be Cooper Kupp. Stafford just got that much better. And shout out to Jalen Ramsey for actually going into the wide receiver locker room and even like chatting up with these guys via FaceTime. I mean, that is super dope, man. So, man, LA is just that much scarier.
Well, OBJ going to the Rams is kind of like Bill Gates getting a stimulus check. He didn't need it, but it sure is nice to have it, right? He's going to go have dinner. It's like the rich keep getting richer. You get Von Miller, and you get OBJ. They were already the front runners when they got Matthew Stafford. I mean, because that was just such an upgrade for them. So it's I'm the same. I mean, if somebody can like dig up Dennis Green and let everybody know that they are who they are who we thought they were. We're not gonna let them off the hook. Just go ahead and crown them. Go ahead and crown the Suns. We're gonna blank it out just in case any kids are watching. But yeah, that's my little short take.
I mean, we talked about this last week as a possible destination, right? Like the Rams. And, I mean, he has a home there. I mean, we were talking about how they would operate a 3 wide receiver set like they've been doing in the past in the McVay offense. But now, so here's the take I want to mention. So, you Robert Woods owners, just it's a wrap. Like that's it. It was already a terrible year to begin with, but this was the nail in the coffin. Like that meme of the kids in the swimming pool and the person at the bottom just dead with the dead man's chest. That's definitely Robert Woods. It's over. You like that whole draft capital just done. And so people who had Cooper Cup was worried when OBJ got signed, might take charges with that completely went out the window. So
Yeah.
So basically, everybody in that Rams offense about to live their best life right now. That's exactly what's about to happen. So I guess moving on from there, because silly me, I forgot to put the little thing up. But anyway, all right, Cam Newton returns. Had me doing that at work the other day. Y'all saw the video. Anyway, so it's I feel like this is a win-win scenario. Like Panthers, like Sam Darnold looked like quote unquote Cam Newton 2.0 about the first couple of weeks, had 5 rushing touchdowns and was slinging the ball around the field. It looked like it was all the Jets' fault. Then all of a sudden, Sam Darnold was wearing a Jets jersey while playing quarterback for the Panthers and went downhill. He gets hurt. You got PJ Walker out there. Don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for the guy, but I mean, when in your career you have 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions and less than 50% completion percentage, it's not a good look. So, I mean, I saw a meme the other day. It's like Cam Newton replacing his replacement who replaced it. Basically, it's a musical chair scenario. But what are you all's thoughts here? I'm happy that this has happened.
Man, getting a chance to see Cam Newton back on the football field, I think that's just great for football in general. It's just great like the NFL, man. You see like how hard this guy like works out. But sometimes I wish that he, takes a step back from like trying to be like chiseled and just actually work on his mechanics, because like that is like one of his issues. Look, I got nothing but love for Cam. Happy that guy is back. Sam Darnold, like you mentioned, Jamar, like he was legit looking like, oh my God, like that was one hell of a signing. But and then like you remember like that meme to where it's like it's like that Scooby-Doo meme when you like unmask somebody and then it's like somebody else. So it's basically Sam Darnold unmasking himself. Now he butt himself inside of a Jets jersey, because that is exactly what he has been portraying over the last couple of weeks. They look like they took out the gate running, and now it's just like stagnant. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with their offense. Cam getting a chance to jumpstart the whole thing is probably like the icing up on the cake, what you mentioned. Jamar, he's basically paying his backup, and his other backup still paying, which is mind-boggling to me. But bottom line, Cam back in the NFL I think it's a win-win.
Oh yeah. I always got to have like 2 jokes in the chamber. Sean, you took mine with the Scooby-Doo mask. So my reveal for the Scooby-Doo mask was they took Matt Rule's. They took his face off, and it was Adam Gase. Adam Gase was there. So Sam Darnold saw that ghost and started playing like the Jets Sam Darnold. It's like seeing ghosts and everything. So yeah, but I'm happy to see Cam back in the league as well. Hopefully he can take some of that what he learned from New England and put that in effect in Carolina, and I think it could be a good mix. He's got a better receiving core now with what's his name? Robbie Anderson. Was it DJ Moore? Like he's got a better receiving core than he's ever had. So we'll see how that works out for him. You don't have Kelvin Benjamin Lacey out there. Think about it,
bro.
Mr. McDonald's himself. He's got better receivers. It is McCaffrey if he's healthy. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Bro, I'll never forget on that Monday night game where Booger McFarland said Kelvin Benjamin was a Popeye biscuit away from being a tight end. I was done. I mean, and then all of a sudden, last couple of years, he's trying to make training camp as a tight end. So I guess it kind of, came true.
Get that biscuit,
boy. But yeah, man. Cam definitely not playing today, but he is on the roster as number 1. And at some point, he will be fantasy relevant because they will throw him out there. All right. So before we get into today's games, we got 4 teams on the bye, including my Bears. Luckily they can't get screwed by the refs and lose today, so we're good there. Bengals with Jamar Chase. That's an excellent name. So we won't see that this week. Giants and their issues, and Texans, the worst organization in the league. All right. Let's we're gonna jump right in it. This year, I feel like there's a lot of points that can be scored here. Falcons, Cowboys, got their bell rung last week at home against the Broncos. Nobody saw that one coming. But as you've been saying, they haven't really played anybody, and Broncos is, we don't really consider them as somebody, but they lack thereof, they still came in there and smacked them around. But nevertheless, they got the Falcons here, who somehow is 4-4, which I'm confused. But yeah, before we even get into this, we do have our first question of the day from David. So we got Zach Moss or Kendrick Drake standard scoring. So the Bills have the Jets, if I'm not mistaken. The Raiders have the Chiefs. Now, I will say this, Devin Singletary, no, Zach Moss cleared, so Devin's, okay, so yeah, I'm thinking Zach Moss just because I feel like he has a better chance of finding the end zone here since it's standard scoring.
I'm gonna do exactly the same. I mean, Kenyon Drake still is, competing in that backfield. He's still not the number one guy. With the exit of Devin Singletary just for this week, Zach Moss has a very good shot of finding like the end zone. Like that's what like the main thing this is. Like which one of these guys give you a better shot to find 6? So I'm a roll with Moss this week.
Same rule with Moss. I don't know if y'all saw the Jets the last time they were out there trying to defend the run, but one running back had 172, 176. It's 170 something. I don't know. Some guy. I don't know. But I'm not saying that Zach Moss is that guy because there's only one guy like that. But he's got the opportunity to. I said it. Yeah, but he's got a chance, to like I said, get 6. So I would roll with Moss as well.
All right, so appreciate the question, David. We definitely hit the trifecta on that one. We all agree on Zach Moss there. All right, so first question on this matchup here. Who has more points today, Dak Prescott or Matt Ryan? I think that's a fair question.
And Jamar, that is a real question because don't look now, man, but, Matt Ryan and the Falcons are 4-4. Without Julio Jones, without Calvin Ridley being in, like, the lineup, like, those guys, like, I forgot they was calling the wide receiver Zucchini or something like that. Like, that was his, like, nickname. I'm not even sure how you pronounce that guy's name. And they got, like, some more other guys inside the lineup. It's like, who's doing the thing? But one guy who we do know who will be relevant in this football game is Cordell Patterson. Like, from this point on and prior to beginning of the season until, like, the end of the season, keep that guy inside your lineup. He has been absolutely fantastic. He has been great. Any Cordell Patterson owners, go ahead and pat yourself on the back. Keep that guy because he has been just that good. But back to the question at hand, I'm still going to roll with Dak Prescott. Those guys are angry. Those guys are absolutely angry right now because the Denver Broncos laid the smack down on them last week. They're going to come out firing on all cylinders. They're going to get the run game going. They get Michael Gallup back, just another weapon in which they can use at his disposal. I'm going to go Dak Prescott will be in for a revenge game. So I'm taking Prescott.
I want to roll with Prescott, but you got to think Matt Ryan knows that defense. So he may be able to slice and dice him up this week. So we'll see about that. I would roll with Dak just because of the amount of weapons he has. But yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a shootout. Be a straight post row shootout. Jamar know what that is.
I do.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with Dak as well, but I think it may be close.
I mean, so the last time these two teams played each other was last year when both was complete abysmal, to where the Atlanta Falcons literally gave this game away. How do they treat an onside kick like a punt and like not go after the ball? Just let the Cowboy guy just walk right in and take it was a complete embarrassment of a game to begin with. At least this time around, both teams look, a lot better than that. That being said, I think I'm gonna roll with Matt Ryan here, just because I feel like they're gonna have a need to throw the ball a lot more. Maybe Dallas have a more balanced attack today. Maybe you might see a little Zeke, a little sprinkle of Tony Pollard in there. just maybe. But I mean, look, Atlanta Falcons. I mean, outside of Patterson and Pitts, who needs to actually catch the ball now, and that zucchini guy that Deshaun mentioned. I think Russell. I mean, outside of that, I mean, they're not running the ball. Mike Davis' fantasy stock is dead. So it's like they're throwing on action at all times. So I guess outside of that, is there anybody in this game that you really like? I mean, it's a juicy matchup all the way around, but is there anybody that you like, for sure that's like that's gonna be the guy? I'm confident in him finishing top 5 of his position type thing. Is there anybody that sticks out?
Man, I'm gonna have to always roll with my guy CeeDee Lamb, man. The targets are there. I always feel like he has a shot to be a top 5 wide receiver play, pretty much. And again, I know he is battling for he got a lot of battling to do as far as targets are concerned. But at this point, last time I tallied it up, CeeDee Lamb is still leading this team in targets. Again, I would have to double check that. I did not check it after the Broncos game, but prior to, he was leading the league leading their team. I'm sorry, in targets. So I'm gonna have to roll with CeeDee Lamb. I think Dak Prescott is a good play. Like you said, Jamar, I think it's going to be a lot of people that you'll be able to play in this matchup. I think it's going to be some points scored, but I do believe we will get a Trevon Diggs sighting in this football game.
Ooh.
We'll see. Like you kind of mentioned it, but I would say Dak just because all the weapons he has and Atlanta's defense. They let Jalen Hurts come in there and ball. Not a shot at Jalen Hurts, maybe, but I think Dak's going to be able to light him up. Like you've got that trio, and is Gallup back yet?
Yep.
Oh, Gallup is back.
Yeah. I think Dak's gonna be able to kind of pick and choose. You can't guard all those guys. So I'll roll with Dak top 10 easily, top 5, top 10 easily.
All right, fair enough. All right, we got our second question of the day. This is from Shea Emmanuel Sanders of Brandon Ayuk PPR. Bills have the Jets. 49ers have the Rams Monday night. I am rolling with Ayuk on this one.
Me. Ooh, I'm glad you said that, Jamar, because just at first glance, this one it seems like a no-brainer. But Ayuk hasn't been the Ayuk that we projected him to be thus far this season. But over the past couple of weeks, his targets have been bumped up. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. He has been productive, so I'm gonna have to roll with Ayuk as well.
I was gonna say Sanders just for that same reason. It's all right, so are they going to throw him the ball or not? You said the last couple of weeks it's kind of looked good. Yeah, that high-powered offense with Buffalo, and they're playing against the Jets. Yeah, look who they're playing. And who are the 49ers got this week?
The Rams,
man.
Oh yeah. We're gonna roll. I'm rolling Sanders on this.
All right, so we got 1 for Sanders, 2 for Ayuk.
I'm also throw this in there, Jamar, as well, because I'm a more so of a stats guy. So over the past 2 weeks, weeks 8 and 9, Ayuk's targets have been 7 and 8 respectively. 1 touchdown over that period, 10 and 18 fantasy points over the past 2 weeks. So he's caught 4 of 7 targets and 6 of 8, which completely isn't bad. It just goes to show that they are trying to get this guy used inside that offense.
I'm guessing what happened was they had a team meeting, and he acted a fool or something. He said something to somebody, and then I guess Jimmy G made it a priority to get that man involved or something.
He's a talent. He is truly a talent. But we already know who the top dog is Deebo Samuel. I completely understand that. I think Jalen Ramsey will have his hands full with Samuel. So hopefully Ayuk can be that guy who just kind of slips past the secondary there. So I'm gonna roll with Ayuk.
Fair enough. So appreciate the question, Shea. Please, subscribe and like and rock with us going forward. All right. So got that going. All right. Next game. Saints, Titans. No Alvin Kamara. We found that out a couple of days ago. That sucks, but I guess silver lining, they did make a trade for a guy they're familiar with a couple of weeks ago. His name is Mark Ingram. And stat that I found out this morning, he is 20 rushing yards away from being the Saints' all-time leading rusher.
Nice.
So
That's dope.
that is. I didn't realize, he put in that much work in his tenure there, but nevertheless, he definitely will do so today. If he doesn't, it'd be a travesty. Going against this Titans team without, it's been different without the King in the backfield. Also, we found out, I think this morning or late last night, I forgot, Julio Jones on IR. So he's out for.
I thought he retired.
I mean, it feels like the man's ever on the field, right?
Yeah.
Definitely feels that way. Really quick, we got another one here from Wale again. So, if Godwin plays, should I start him over D'Ernest Johnson? Thanks. Keep up the quality content. All right, so.
Ooh, no.
This. All right, so you saying no?
I'm saying no. I'm saying, dude, D'Ernest Johnson ball.
Yeah.
Ball, man. Like, and look, that is the Cleveland Browns bread and butter, like that backfield. And we know he's gonna get the opportunity. So the top dog on that offense today will be D'Ernest Johnson, not Baker Mayfield, not anyone else. It will be D'Ernest Johnson. Now, go ahead, Jamar.
So
look like you got a lot on your mind.
A little bit here. So I agree with everything you said. I do. But if they was playing anybody else, I'm all the way agree with you. They're playing New England. And as well as we have known Bill Belichick for at least 2/3 of our lives right now, as that coach, he will take your best asset away and make you beat you another way. So I feel like they are going to stack the box against that man and make Baker Mayfield beat them. That's how I feel. And I know he, bless you. I know he, when he started against the Broncos, he balled out. He really did. I'm starting D'Ernest Johnson in the league today out of necessity, but I don't have the warm and fuzzies inside today. I don't.
No, I get that. So we know for a fact that Johnson is the guy, right? Godwin still has Mike Evans. He still has Leonard Fournette. It's a lot of people to compete with as far as production goes. Now Johnson, the absence of OBJ and like the way how their team is set up, I think it does play in his favor. I think it just comes down to this. Again, we always ask ourselves, who's more likely to score a touchdown? It very well could be Godwin. And I'm not saying Godwin is a terrific play if he plays. I'm just liking Johnson just this much more. And again, I can completely understand why anyone would want to pick Johnson over Godwin and vice versa. So this one is a tough question, but for me personally, it's gotta be Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all kind of swayed me because Johnson's going to get more touches, but it's like I kind of feel like Chris Godwin is like Tom Brady's favorite wide receiver, and when it's time for them to get big plays, you're not seeing a whole lot from Mike Evans. You're getting a lot more production out of Chris Godwin. So I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I'm just going to step out of the box and say Godwin just because I don't want to be like everybody else, but. Yeah, this is a good problem to have, especially this part of the season. Let me throw that out there. Kudos to you for picking up D'Ernest, not knowing if he was going to be playing or not, especially when Chubb and Hunt came back.
True. I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a good problem to have. I feel like, you're kind of splitting hairs here because, both have opportunity, right? And so what's the equation to be a fantasy stud? Opportunity plus talent, sprinkling a little health thing, but basically opportunity plus talent. I mean, Godwin has both. Godwin, he's the unsung hero for that team that gets you those points from underneath. He's a possession hog. That's what he is. He occasionally finds the end zone. Mike Evans is the deep, not the deep threat, but the end zone threat, right? And so, I mean, he has tremendous value against that. Sorry, Washington football team secondary. And like Deshaun was saying, Dearness Johnson. I mean, basically, you plug in a running back in that system, you're gonna get points. It just more so can basically the key factor in that game, the Browns offensive line versus the front seven of New England. That's what it comes down to. But I do agree with you, Deshaun. Who's more likely to find the end zone? It probably is Dearness Johnson. So, I mean, we're kind of split here, but what we're saying is whoever you go with, you should be fine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Maybe slight edge to Dearness Johnson, but either way, you should have some quality points here. So we appreciate your question. Please subscribe and share and like. We appreciate you. We got another question here from Javi Have. So we got Williams or Johnson. For my running back, got Kamara out.
This one right here, I'm rolling with Johnson.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's Darryl Williams.
Is that Darryl?
Yeah, because Damian, he's not playing this week. I mean, Bears off.
Yep. Same. I'm rolling with Dearness.
Yep. I mean, they're run heavy. I mean, that's their philosophy. He's gonna get the touches. So he has more than likely he has a greater chance of finding the end zone as well. Maybe even multiple times. We'll see how they roll. But yeah, we agree trifecta here on Dearness Johnson. Appreciate you. Subscribe, like, keep rocking with us. All right, so back to this. I mean, so basically AJ Brown versus Lattimore here. Does AJ Brown put up numbers or he's gonna get shut down?
Go ahead, Walt.
I'm gonna spew a little hate and I'll let you take it, Sean. I need the Titans to go down. I just joined this AFC South trash talking page, and they have the most ignorant fan base I've ever met before, like ever. Like some of the stuff they talk about is just crazy. But I need the Saints defense to step it up. Well, not step it up, because I mean they pretty much they ball pretty good this year, especially against like the Bucks. But then they dropped like a weird one. Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week against the Falcons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. So I need them to step up and. Yeah, I'm taking Lattimore in this one. I don't see AJ going out there and doing anything spectacular, especially with that pass. I need them. I'm sorry, I'm just passionate about it. I need the Saints defense to do this for me. I need those fans to be humble, man. I'm like, jeez.
So I'm gonna go opposite of you, Walt, man, because look, here's the thing. I'm not rooting against a healthy AJ Brown. I understand that Julio Jones is out. That's a little bit more targets, towards AJ Brown's way. Look, we all know that this guy only needs maybe 3 targets to be effective, right? Like that's pretty much all he needs to possibly score a touchdown. And again, I'm a stats man. Everyone knows that. So over the past couple of weeks, this guy had 9 targets, 11 targets, and 11 targets over the past 3 weeks. Even if we want to take it a week back further, at Buffalo, he had 9 targets. I'm rolling with that every single time. Like I am going to roll with AJ Brown. And again, he had a tough one last week at LA, versus the Rams with, so he had 5 catches on 11 targets for only 42 yards. Even more so, I feel like he can still be productive. I will give tip my hat to Marshawn Lattimore. But again, this is AJ Brown that we're talking about. And when he's healthy, I tend not to bet against that guy. So AJ Brown.
Fair enough. And Javi said Titans got Henry out, Saints got Kamara out. Should be an even field, even though Saints have 10 times the amount of injuries. I mean, honestly, it's gonna come down to who wants to play or not on this one. And then really quick, he does have another question. So Hunter Renfrow or Odell Beckham Jr.?
So
I don't even know if Odell's gonna play.
Yeah. Odell's not gonna play Monday. He hasn't even practiced. I don't believe.
No, I think he is gonna play.
Really?
Yeah, they were talking about having him out there for punt returns and stuff.
Hold on. I'll fact check that while you guys are debating.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
So okay, so let's just say in the event that Odell does play, right? Okay. So Odell in that high power offense as the number 2 guy, or Hunter Renfrow, who basically is the number 1 guy for the Raiders. Well, 1.5 guy because Waller's number 1. against a Kansas City Chiefs team who every time that we look up, we know Tyrann Mathieu got his hands up looking at source and every time.
Oh, tired.
Man. I mean,
so it's looking like it's a very strong possibility that he plays.
That's crazy.
Even coming from Sean McVay, I think it was the injury to Robert Woods that kind of like pushed it toward like the forefront. Is what he's saying. And these are the words straight from McVay's mouth. Quote, we'll see. I feel if we feel like he can help us against the 49ers, then we'll have him ready to go, end quote. So that's what McVay said. So
he's playing.
Who does Renfro have, Jamar, this week?
Kansas
City. Man, even with the whole thing with Odell, this is tough. I don't want to touch it.
All right. Here's what I say. So it depends on what you need, right? So the safe option by far is Hunter.
Yep, strong floor there, right?
Yep, he has a strong floor. The target's been consistent. I mean, last week he definitely showed what he can do with a guy.
Too, by the way.
Huh?
I called that out too, by the way, up on the last episode. Yeah.
I started him in our Yahoo league. He got me a touchdown, even though I still lost. But either way, he did his thing. So he's the definitely safe option, higher floor. The other guy, Odell, floor is not as high because it's a bit of an unknown, but we know his ceiling is pretty high. Especially with an adequate quarterback, he's playing with the best quarterback in his career right now, going forward. So depends on what you need. If you need points safe and you think you're gonna secure the win, get Hunter. If you need, some pizzazz on Monday Night Football to get you going, roll with Odell. The beauty of this scenario, like Hunter doesn't play until Sunday Night Football, so you have all day to basically, make your decision on what you need at that point. So that is a great problem to have right now. So yeah, we're good.
Man, he has them as like wide receiver 3 or something like that. Like that'll be a great problem to have. So I'm not sure if you're still watching Javi, but is Renfro and Odell your wide receiver 2s or wide receiver 3s or flex going into that? I'm just curious to know.
Let us know, and we'll definitely continue the conversation there. So, all right. And then really quick, outside of, honestly, is there any pass catcher that you trust for the Saints?
No.
Okay, so basically anybody in the passing game is pretty much dead on this one, right?
Yeah. Not saying that anyone can't have a good game. It's just you don't want to take that risk because it could be a plethora of guys.
And it's crazy because the Titans secondary is super trash. So he said wide receiver 2.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So, again, that one is tough. But Jamar, you made a fantastic point. You got a little bit to make this decision. Safer floor, Renfro. Higher ceiling, OBJ, and we could even throw in like another, facet as to like where do you sit as far as like your fantasy record and whatnot. That determines how ballsy I want to be as well. So,
true. So yeah, you have basically the whole day to make that decision. Good luck to you. That is a pretty good problem to have. Heck, I wish I had that problem. All right, so next one here. Just the ordinary, game, just two teams that, just irrelevant. I'm playing. He's about to jump
keep going, Mark. Keep going. You're right.
But no, Mr. Coach Nation over there, like, I feel like Jonathan Taylor's hot streak continues. What do you think?
Same. The Jags had like a fluke game last week. We saw it with Miami. It was like last week was kind of weird. Like some of those teams you didn't think were gonna show up, beat some of your top tier teams. So yeah, that was pretty weird. But we got to keep winning if we want to make the playoffs. 7-1. Yeah, he could be risky. But all right, I'm looking. My bad. So yeah, I think it continued. It's just a regular game. We could be quick on this.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor has been fantastic since week 4. I haven't even looked at what the I guess the rankings are right now as far as running back, whatever position, but I'm pretty sure he's probably 1, 2, or 3 right now if I was to take a look.
Side note, he could take the lead as the NFL rushing leader this week. I think he's like 120-some yards behind Derrick Henry with probably like 70-something less touches. That's why he's still actually playing. But, man, it's that Titans fan page, man. Dude, I'm telling you, they got yeah.
I feel you. But on the flip side, that is crazy that like Derrick Henry had that big of a lead. But either way, no. So I have a quick question here for both of you all.
Yeah.
So, as you know, and we're gonna get to this game here in a second. So, Kyler Murray is probably not playing again today. Last week I had that problem, and I was so busy between after the show and the noon kickoff, I forgot to actually pick up a quarterback. And so the only available option was Jordan Love. Needless to say how that went.
Oh, God.
Losing. So here I am again. So I got Trevor Lawrence or I got the field, which consists of PJ Walker, Trevor Siemian, and Colt McCoy. So my question
That's all you got available?
Yeah, just a 16-teamer.
Man, roll with Trevor. Yeah, he's gonna get some passing yards. I'll tell you that. He's gonna get, even if they're just garbage time yards. He's gonna get some. Yeah, he'll get the stats.
And Simeon has who?
Titans.
I'm going with Simeon, man. We've already discussed like how poor that secondary is for Tennessee. Like I've mentioned it on multiple occasions. It's like a Pop Warner secondary or something like that. So, I mean, I feel like I can go out there and Swiss cheese them up for a couple of first downs. But, man, I'm gonna have to give a slight edge to Trevor Siemian if I'm being completely honest, just by sheer matchup. I understand that he doesn't have the receivers to throw to. At least Trevor Lawrence does have some receivers, but I feel like the Colts going to put a pretty good whooping up on them. Let me just say that I really don't care about this game. This is like one of the games that I just don't care to watch.
I mean,
I just want to see what he said.
I don't blame you, bro. Like I'm debating if I'm gonna go watch it or not.
I mean, we know that. Well, 99 times out of 100, we know the outcome of this game, right? I mean, yeah. So, yeah, that's why I didn't really have no question here. I just wanted to see Jonathan Taylor going to continue to do his thing. We're gonna keep it moving.
I'm gonna say this: Jonathan Taylor rushes for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. Book it.
180.
180 rushing yards, two touchdowns.
Bold prediction. I'll keep that.
And this guy's gonna have at least one run of 50+ yards.
Ooh. I guess I am tuning in there. I need to see this.
Look, now I gotta find some way to spice this game up, right?
Hey, Jonathan Taylor has more rushing yards than Trevor Siemian had. Not Trevor Siemian, but freaking Trevor Lawrence has passing yards.
Whoa. Okay,
I'm not saying that. I'm just joking. That would be a good hot take. That would be hilarious. The way you talking though, that's what's gonna happen.
Yards, man. Yeah. That's a tough prediction. And plus, tack on that run of 50+ yards. Yeah. I'm gonna stand on it.
Ooh. All right. Let's keep it moving. I'm feeling it. All right. Browns, Patriots. I mean, next man up, but no need to reintroduce himself. I mean, it's D'Ernest Johnson here. We know what he did the last time he started. But like I mentioned earlier, when somebody asked, I don't have the warm and fuzzies inside on this one, but I could be wrong. But I just know Bill Belichick. I do. So I guess what are your expectations here for D'Ernest Johnson today?
So we already know he blew it out the water in his first starting matchup, right? And we were honestly, everyone around the league was pretty much surprised, but really, should we have been that way? We already seen what that backfield is capable of. That team revolves around rushing the football. Like, that's their bread and butter. So Bill Belichick will make it tough. He'll make it extremely tough on that gentleman. What is this? This afternoon? Is this the afternoon game? Since it is in New England, right? Like the 3 o'clock game.
No, I think it's the early game.
Okay, so it's the early game. Same thing. It's still in the afternoon. So, look, man. Like you said, Jamar, that was a point well made, bro. The warm and fuzzies, nah. I'm not getting that vibe from him either. But off of sheer volume, I mean, I do like it. No, he's not going to probably rush for over 100 yards. No, he's probably not going to be that spectacular as he was in his first start. But I think he can still warrant RB2 numbers in this football game, regardless of the matchup, because the Cleveland Browns are that run heavy. But I probably still like the Patriots to actually win this football game, in my opinion. They got like a little bit of a slow start, but they're starting to pick things up here, and that's crazy because they still got a shot at winning that division because Buffalo can't get their bleat together. You know what I mean? Right. So I don't know. That division is still wide open, and New England is looking to get their statement win. They could do this against a okay Browns team.
Okay. I'm on the fence on this one. But I'm cheering for Dearness because I still have a little bit of hate in my heart for the Patriots. Bill Belichick's going to bring it, and you got to think, just like you said, he's going to take away your strongest asset, and right there is the run. You just lost OBJ, so you think you're going to depend on the run a little bit more. But Baker did look like he looked pretty good last week slinging the ball. I don't know if it's going to have that same effect though against this Bill Belichick defense, but we'll see. Go Dearness, go. There we go.
We got another question here. So, Tannehill versus the Saints or Carr versus the Chiefs?
Carr.
Yeah, I'm going Carr. Carr has been tearing up the Chiefs secondary for the last couple of matchups here. I got Carr.
Same. Waller the baller. Man, he might have that ball out effect. Hunter Renfrow, those two guys should be able to get going. Man, that secondary, I feel like it's going to be a lot of pointing towards Sorensen's way in this football game. So,
and I'm Tyrann Matthews right now. Like, what are you doing? Appreciate the question. We got another one from Trey. What's up, man? Redraft full PPR. DeAndre Carter versus Tampa Bay. T.Y. Hilton versus Jags. Also, 1 point per 10 return yards for Carter. Also, it concerns me that the Colts may run the ball a whole lot in this matchup. I'm going to leave this to Colts Nation on this one.
Go ahead, take it away, Walt.
Well, I would say it's kind of scary. I would stay away from T.Y. just because of his health. I think T.Y. he's only played in like one game this season, and he got hurt in that one game this season. But don't steer away from, like, I don't know who you're going to, if you drafted like a Colts receiver or something, I would be kind of worried about anybody except for Michael Pittman. But like Carson's done a pretty good job throwing the ball. So yeah, don't really worry about that. I mean, even if we run the ball, he's going to get his fair share of throws because Frank Reich's going to make sure that he'll throw the ball at least 30 times a game. So yeah, that's where I'll leave it on that. But yeah, stay away from T.Y., man. Like if you're like at the top of your league and you're just trying to see if you have something, grab him. Or if you're like me, I picked him up this week just because I got a couple of receivers on bye, and Julio Jones decided he wasn't playing, so I went and grabbed T.Y. But if you got other options, I would stay away from him.
All right, fair enough. And I guess it also didn't, help T.Y.'s case that Michael Pittman has become the guy in that offense. And I mean, we was hearing, things about that in training camp, and it's starting to come to fruition there. So yeah, I guess you got your answer there. Appreciate it, Trey. Please subscribe, like, share, continue to rock with us. We got another question here from Shay again. So Noah Fant, or pronounce that name for me again.
Did not tell you guys last week. I told you guys, and you didn't want to believe me. This guy is catching fire right now. So, Fant or Freiermuth, I'm going Freiermuth again. Look, this basically is a second coming of Heath Miller, and you can stamp it. This guy is athletic. Oh yeah. You heard right. I'm going my guy Pat. Steeler Nation, stand up. # here we go. I'm going Freiermuth again. He got 2 touchdowns last week, a touchdown prior to like that week. Look, Big Ben is looking this guy's way, looking to get him involved.
Hey, Big Ben's not playing.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Big Ben's not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Big Ben on the COVID list.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I
I did not.
was-
Hold up, man. Y'all can't. I did not.
No, bro.
Get that. I did
It just
not
came
get
out.
that.
Yeah. No,
Stop playing with me, man.
man.
No, bro. That sounds like a Noah Fant right there.
Man, you better.
Hold up. When did this happen? Like, dude,
Last
I'm
night.
serious.
Like last night, yeah.
I didn't get that.
Bro, tell him to quit hanging out in them college towns, man.
Dude, are you kidding me?
No.
Oh man.
Mason Rudolph's throwing he's free fire. Yeah, Mason Rudolph throwing the passes today.
Boy, Jared Goff getting his first win in the Lions uniform today.
Oh my God. I did not
This is
know
heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. I know, man. I get it. I've had that same feeling when he retired.
that. Oh man, we're gonna lose to the Lions, bro. We're gonna lose to the Lions, bro. Hey, Shaya, I'm sorry. I do apologize. Take fan. Big Ben's not playing, man. I was fired up about my guy. I typically get all the stats. I did go to sleep early, like last night. I had a lot of stuff to do. But man, I did not see this one. We're gonna lose to the Lions today, y'all. So that's tough. That is tough.
This is purely authentic. I love it. Oh my God. Man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I look, man. It's and Ebron is back. That bum. He can't catch.
He is a bum.
COVID. He couldn't catch COVID even if they injected him with it.
Bro.
It's like he's just one of those. He sucks, man.
But he had his best year with the Colts.
Bum.
That's true.
Andrew Luck throwing the ball so much, he would drop. It was like either he was going to drop it or he would do something great, and he dropped more passes than.
I mean, just think about it. The Lions decided not to re-sign him and let him go. If the Lions are doing
top
that,
10 picks.
Yeah. And
look, bro, I had no idea. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, dude, I did so much stuff yesterday. It was like an off day. I don't get those like too often. So I spent a bunch of time with my family and buying coats and stuff. And like we went out and like a lot of stuff. So I hit the sack early, and you guys are just giving me. I feel betrayed, man.
Bro,
like, I feel betrayed by my. No, don't talk to me, bro. Don't talk to me because we're gonna lose to a team that doesn't have a win.
It was on the ticker. Look, this was the next matchup. Lions versus Steelers.
We didn't go over that we didn't say nothing about that. Did we mention that, man? Where was that at, Walt? What was that at?
ESPN. ESPN the last people to get the
Dude, Shefty dropped it yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't talk to me, y'all.
He's done. He's gonna be gone for another 3 weeks.
It does help that Claypool is out, but that was going to be that was going to be the reason why I was leaning so heavily on Pat. Look, as far as like tight ends go and like the pecking order, it's all Pats now. Eric Ebron is not the guy, but when Big Ben isn't starting, man, it's you don't know what to expect from this guy, man. Especially, I don't like Mason Rudolph. I don't.
Dude,
he probably doesn't like you either, according to Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I'm about to say nobody likes Mason either. I mean, Myles Garrett. Anyway. Well, since we're talking about it, and since you was pleasantly surprised, well, I don't know if it was pleasant, but either way, Lions, Steelers, hashtag here we go. So but I do see a big Najee Harris day because of this, by far. Does he finish top 5 this week?
Oh, no, he's definitely going to be top 10. And again, it just comes to look. We have allowed teams to creep, and make. Man, I don't know.
This is crazy. I feel like the Steelers. I'm sorry, y'all, and it's not like nothing that you got. It's not a knock at you guys, but this has basically been served up to the Lions on a platter. If the Lions don't win this game, then they probably won't win a game this season. You got Big Ben out. You said Claypool's out. Juju's been out. I mean, you're playing against Mason Rudolph. It's just served up for Dan Campbell to get his first win. If he does, I cannot wait to see that press conference. But if he loses, this is it, man. The Lions are going with 0-17.
Yeah, be the first team ever to do that. I mean, they did 0-16. I guess they're trying to, follow up like, hey, hold my beer, we can do one more.
That's crazy.
No, seriously, like you said though, like Lions has been like the unluckiest team in the NFL this year. And this one, maybe it's karma on their side. I don't know, and there's no knock against the Steelers on this one. I mean, the COVID stuff is like about as random as it gets for the most part. I don't know, unless, like I said, Big Ben was hanging out in college town again. I don't know. But, dude, I mean, I feel like running backs are going to be in play today. Najee Harris, I'm loving DeAndre Swift even more now. Little TJ Hawkinson in there. I got two of them on the team in our main league, so I'm loving that. Name of my team this week is called Hold This L Woody. Woody gonna take that L today. Dude, Mason Rudolph. He's not the guy. We know that already. Honestly, I don't even know why he's still on the roster.
I think
he was gonna get cut. I had my fingers crossed that he was going to be cut.
Yeah, I think I know what it is with the Lions, though. I want to make a little Color Purple reference. Classic movie, right? Whoopi Goldberg, and I don't want to quote it like clearly. She said, "Everything's gonna go bad around you until you do right by me." And that person right there who said that for the Lions is Calvin Johnson. Because last time I heard, they owe Calvin Johnson a little bit of money. And Calvin said he ain't coming back till he get his money.
Yep. They asked him what would make it right. He was like, "Give my money."
Yeah. So until they give Calvin his money, everything's gonna go bad around.
Man.
Old Missa.
I forgot all about that movie, and then you brought that right out. Oh my god!
I might watch it. I'm a movie bluff. I love movies.
That is a classic. That is. Oh man, but yeah, this matchup here, when it's like the Steelers without Big Ben is like having a Ferrari and you don't have an engine. That's what it is.
I would not right now. Not with all the injuries with the Steelers. It's kind of like having it's like a Honda Civic, like a nice Honda Civic, but you ain't got tires on it.
You know what? I think the reason why it's so deflating because, like, man, I was amped. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed before I got the news. Is Thursday night when I know we didn't discuss this game. Shout out to Mike Gesicki, by the way, because you basically screwed me, bro. You had zero points. I saw the ball thrown your way at least a minimum of 5 times.
I think it was 8 total.
Oh, and that makes it even worse. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you for setting me up with 0 points in one league that I do have. I really appreciate that. But they beat Baltimore, and we had a chance to actually, take the division, at least for a week, if we were to win this game. And I was feeling confident, like, yeah, man. And it's just, with the news, it's deflating, man. And now y'all got me looking on here like somebody done killed my dog, and I feel like I'm about to go John Wick, man. So I don't know. Man.
Not John Wick, man.
You feel like a ball from Tom Brady.
Yo, what up, man?
I do. I straight deflated, bro. So it's oh man, that's it. Can we just go to the next topic?
Okay.
All right, say yo to modern, man.
Modern. What's the word?
Oh man. All right, let's keep it moving, man. I'm cutting that clip, by the way.
Please.
All right, so Bills, Jets. I mean, on paper, the Bills should dominate, but like last week on paper, the Bills should have dominated. They didn't. They ended up losing. Anyway, but Elijah Moore has been a pleasant surprise in the last couple of weeks. I'm loving it. So I want to know, Hey, Mike White? It's the quarterback.
Mike White, the great Mike White, baby.
The legendary gunslinger out there. So more points today, Elijah Moore or Stephon Diggs? I feel like that's a fair question.
It shouldn't be a fair question though. That's what's crazy. Like Stephon Diggs be balling. Like, why are we even what the is going on with Stephon Diggs? Like, he was at the top of the mountain, and now he just, I don't know, man. I don't get it, man. And I'm gonna say Elijah Moore. I'm gonna go with Elijah Moore just because he, like you said, the last couple of weeks, he's balled out. He got a tub against my Colts. I mean, I'm rolling with the great Mike White until Stephon Diggs does right by my fantasy team. We rolling with the great Mike White.
Look, man, as much as I want to go, and that's a fantastic nickname, by the way, man. Is that what they are like calling him right now?
What?
The great Mike White?
Nah, I just made that up.
Okay, I
used to like freestyle rap back in the day.
That's our nickname.
Okay, so we should go ahead and coin that. But anyway, look, this is my last chance. My last chance, Stephon Diggs. I'm gonna roll with you, and I'm looking at him personally. You, Stephon Diggs. If you do not do right this week in this matchup, I'm done with you. I'm benching him next week.
Damn.
Benching him next week. Hey, I can do it. I'm 6-3 in that league, and I feel really, really confident that I will win this week with the matchup who I'm faced against. Stephon Diggs, I am talking to you personally. Josh Allen, I'm talking to you personally. That offense has been stagnant. You guys are looking like a former shell of yourself from the previous season, and I've said it on multiple occasions. Get that bromance under control, bro. Ever since y'all took that Sports Illustrated when Stephon Diggs was hanging up on Josh Allen's back and both of these guys were all cheeky and whatnot, you guys haven't done anything up on the field. So I need you to rectify this. Go out there, go win this ball game. Both of you guys be productive. Love Josh Allen. Think he's a fantastic quarterback. I've been up on record to saying that he was the best quarterback drafted when he was drafted out of that fantastic class. But Stephon Diggs, get it done today, or you're going on my bench, and I'm not playing it. And I will screenshot that matchup, and I will send it to y'all just to make sure that y'all know that I benched him.
Ooh. This guy means business right here. This guy right there. Dude, when you said my last chance, I thought you would bust out the Genuine song for a second.
Nah, man, dude, because I keep starting them with confidence. I keep looking at the matchups. I'm like, this is gonna be the week. This is gonna be the week. Man, you got me looking like a fool, bro. So nah, man. This is the last chance, and I'm dead serious.
Look, it's like Josh Allen does not have tunnel vision this year. He does not has his eyes set on Stephon Diggs. He's more like Oprah. Everybody get a piece of this pie. Elijah Moore and the what's that? The great Mike White, whatever we call him.
The great Mike White.
The great Mike White. It's slinging the ball to Elijah Moore. I mean, heck, so AJ Brown, the wide receiver of Tennessee Titans, was teammates with Elijah Moore. He actually told this man to his face, his own video, that Elijah Moore is more talented than him, and he's actually still learning stuff from Elijah Moore. That's how good and gifted and talented this man is. He has a quarterback that can get him the ball. I'm taking Elijah Moore in this matchup today. It is no disrespect to Stephon Diggs. Well, maybe a little bit, but Elijah Moore is the hot hand. And surprisingly enough, the Jets, against fantasy-wise, against wide receivers, actually, isn't as bad as you think either, for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't get it. But I like Elijah Moore. So Modern has a question for us today. We have, what do you think about Emmanuel Sanders this week? Bills Jets, better than Jerry Jeudy?
I wrote Jeudy on that.
Who does the Broncos play?
The Eagles.
Yeah, we wrote Jeudy.
Dang.
Yeah, I'll finish a trifecta on that one. We like Jeudy better this week. And it's not even, we know the Bills have a high-power offense. It's just we don't know who's going to eat. We don't. Jerry Jeudy, on the other hand, I think the Eagles' secondary is worse than the Jets. And I just know when Jeudy since he's been back, he's definitely been getting a share of that pie. And he actually looks pretty good out there. yards after the catch too. So I'm rolling with Judy on that one as well. All right. So I guess lastly with this matchup here, you're starting the guys that you normally start, but you take it with a grain of salt every week at this point. The great Mike White. As a streaming option, by all means. I mean, he's a gunslinger. That's what he does. All right. Now, this one here. Bucks. WFT. More points. And this is a legitimate question. Like Antonio Gibson or his backup, JD McKissic. That's what I need to know because in my 16-teamer, I have both. I could start both, but that would be detrimental to me.
Yeah.
But I also have Chase Edmonds, who's on IR, and I have Jeremy McNichols. That's my running back situation right now. I'm a little banged up.
If there's a time where I would want to talk, this is it right here. I'm gonna roll with Antonio Gibson just because he's got the start nod, but it's against this Bucs defense. If you got any other choices?
I'm going McKissic, and here's why. They have been very, very, very good at stopping the run. Right? We all know the Bucs have, and that just opens the door for more passes, more checkdowns to McKissic when that when like the defense breaks down or like everyone's like covered. I just feel like McKissic can get things going. It seems like he'll have a good game, and I'm surely talking PPR here. Jamar, I'm not sure if that's PPR format or not.
It is.
So it seems like McKissic will have a good game and then a bad game and then a good game and a bad game. I think he's due for a good one. And again, let me go ahead and pull up his stats over the past couple weeks as far as PPR format is concerned. McKissic. All right.
While you're doing that, just really quick, the other options that are out there, Walt, is Stevenson from New England. That's available. Boston Scott, Benjamin, the backup for the Cards, and then the freaking fullback from the Niners is next. And after that, it goes way downhill. So.
All right, so that's what it's looking like. So it looked like I was pretty spot on. Week 1, 0 points. Week 2, 20 points. Week 3, 5 points. Week 4, 16 points. Week 5, 1 point. Week 6, 18 points. Week 7, 9 points. Week 8, 17 points. So every other week, like I said, seems like he's having a good week and then a bad week. But he just came off of a 17-point game, but it was a bye thrown on into that. Jamar, so it might count. So I'm gonna go. Look, I'm still starting McKissic this week over Gibson. And as crazy as that may sound, I think that is the safer option.
This sucks. This does. Because we know darn well when Antonio Gibson is healthy, we know what he can do.
Yeah.
That's been the whole issue. That's the reason why his production has been low. And the reason why I'm not being hard on him this year, because it happens. But in a situation like mine, I think I'm gonna be going back and forth with this until kickoff, but the appeal of McKissic in the passing game and the 2-minute offense is appealing. It's just the fact that the Bucs run defense that makes this, pretty difficult here. But
hey, Sean, are you like a lawyer? I never asked you your occupation because you're pretty persuasive on that. I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah.
No, I'm not, man. I'm just in tune with this fantasy stuff, man. And look, Gibson, man, me and Jamar we've been on this guy ever since he entered the league. He has not been that guy up until this point this year. So this is almost a lost season for Gibson owners. JD McKissic has been salvageable. It just seems like he's been good every other week. So in a game when you're playing against the Bucs, stout run defense, I feel like McKissic can get more check down. So maybe you can count that bye week as like that week of him doing bad, Jamar. Then maybe this is a week that he actually is productive. So
okay.
All right, fair enough. I guess just really quick with the rest of this matchup, of course, no Antonio Brown, no Gronk. That means Mike Evans and I really, really love Chris Godwin in this matchup here. They're gonna eat. Of course, Tom Brady should eat. On the flip side, he's eating a W over there. That's a tribute to James Winston right there. Get healthy, bro. Heineke's gonna do Heineke things, the good and the bad, and sprinkle a little ugly in there. Of course, we found out that Terry McLaurin is quarterback proof, so he's gonna get his. Is Logan Thomas back?
I think he is back. I think they fired him up off the injury reserve list. Don't quote me on that. I would have to double check that. I'm an owner in multiple leagues, so let me see.
I mean, if he's back, then I like him too. I mean, because we all know at the end of the day, the Bucs secondary is shot right now, so you can pass on them. So I expect a lot of passing yards in this game all the way around.
So at this point, they still are on the fence about playing him this week.
Yeah.
So that's something else that you would have to monitor as well. So he's sitting on my bench for the time being.
Gotcha. So yeah, I just like a couple of games ago, I expected a bunch of running backs. This year, I expect a lot of pass catchers, a lot of passing yards to be thrown around. You could probably get around maybe a total of 575 passing yards in this game between the two.
I think it'll be more than that.
Flirting with 600?
Oh, yeah. Take that to your DraftKings.
I just might, honestly. All right, next one here. Let's keep it moving. Panthers, Cardinals, Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, unlikely to play. Yeah, that sucks for me. That sucks for you. That sucks for any Kyler Murray owners out there, DeAndre Hopkins owners out there. I mean, depending on how deep your league is, it's probably easier to replace Hopkins than Murray, or vice versa, depending on how deep your league is. Either way. So Colt McCoy came in last week, put up 15 points. I mean, 15 points is for a backup coming in. That's not bad. It's not terrible.
It's more than Jordan Love.
Yeah. I mean, so let's just, for instance, Colt McCoy is there. I feel like the offense will do fine, but the one thing the key matchup for me today, James Conner against that front 4 to 7 of the Carolina Panthers, which isn't bad at all. That front, their defensive line is pretty darn good. James Conner last week, 3 touchdowns. So I guess it's like, are you leaning towards more boom or bust with James Conner here?
Boom, man. Boom. He's been great this year. And I think last time I checked, he's leading the league in rushing touchdowns.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised because I feel like he scores a touchdown in every game.
And that's basically all you need because I'm quite sure that everyone's using him at a minimum as a flex or an RB2. I'm quite sure that he's not your RB1. So if you can get a touchdown out of your RB2 every week, I think that's like a win-win. So yeah, I'm gonna say I'm liking James Conner in this matchup to score. And need I say twice? Maybe, but definitely gonna give you one.
He got 10 touchdowns on the year rushing.
10
touchdowns.
Does he have any receiving?
1 last week. So he got 11 total touchdowns.
That's crazy.
In 9 games. They haven't had their bye week yet. So, yeah.
Were you taking any receivers in this game with Colt McCoy and PJ Walker?
I will maybe AJ Green. I think he's playing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Zach Ertz.
What about Kurt?
Oh, yeah, Kurt. Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say Christian Kirk. AJ Green, I don't know. He might still have a little PTSD from not looking for that ball in the end zone.
He ain't been the same since.
Nah.
Have they won a game ever since? No?
Yeah. They won last week.
They destroyed him.
But AJ Green wasn't playing, though. He was he mysteriously appeared on the COVID list.
For the Panther side, how can I forget? Christian McCaffrey's back. He is playing. That's the pass catcher you're going to take today.
How many plays?
I don't think it's a limit.
I say he played the whole game. Now they eased him in last week, and then they just let him go last week. So I think the training wheels are off.
Yeah.
So expect a lot of Christian McCaffrey in this football game. I'll say that he finishes as a top 3 running back this week.
Who's gonna be number one? Do you think?
Number one. I'm gonna go with your boy. I'm gonna roll with your boy. I already said. I'll put it like I would be reneging if I did such a thing. So I'm gonna go Jonathan Taylor, number one fantasy running back.
Yeah, in my very unbiased opinion, yeah, I agree with your boy here.
Jamal. What?
Oh. Hold up, let me get like a little screenshot on my computer right there. Boop. All right, well,
you gotta. This is like a first time thing. It's crazy. Wow, a compliment.
Huh. No, I know they're few and far in between, but it's still love here, bro. It's still love.
Hey, side note. Speaking of that, just real quick, it's like give me like 10 seconds on this. So, what'd y'all do to get Alonzo?
Look, so here's my gripe with the NBA on this. So here's the thing: we was about this close to trading for him at the deadline. So I already felt like a deal was already in place. That's seriously how I feel. Now for the Kyle Lowry situation, I can't speak on the the Heat on that one, but I feel like the deal was already in the works at the deadline.
I don't know. We're gonna see. But he said he wanted to come to the Pacers. I'm just joking.
All right, moving on. Vikings, Chargers. Real quick, first question. More points today, Justin Jefferson or Keenan Allen?
Man, that's tough. Ooh.
I'm bringing the heat with these questions, man.
Go ahead, Walt. I need this to simmer a little bit.
So I want to say Justin Jefferson, but and that's the only reason. The only reason I say Justin Jefferson because I think they're going to be down. So I'm gonna roll with Keenan Allen on this. I'm gonna go with Keenan Allen and my boy Justin Herbert. Yeah, this is a tough one right here. And this is just going off a gut feeling off of this too. Dang, where's it at?
Chargers at the crib, right?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna roll with Keenan Allen on this. I don't know why. Damn.
Let me go to my stats real quick. Because Keenan Allen, last time I checked, he was the reason why I beat a couple of people the past few weeks because I thought he was gonna pop off, but he never really did. So I guess no, he did. He did. Philly 22 points in week 8. Okay, so I retract my statement. 19 points and 22 points respectively the past couple of weeks. They had the crib, Justin Jefferson. Give me Keenan Allen as well. I'll take Keenan Allen too. Like Justin Jefferson a lot.
Oh yeah.
Let that be known, but it's slight edge to Keenan Allen.
All right, fair enough. So, what's the Vikings record? 3-6 today. Chargers record's what? Is it 6-3? If I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Maybe.
Well, somebody fact check that for me. But what I'm going to is one team finds a way to win 5-3. Okay. All right. So one team finds a way to win games. The other one finds a way to lose games. I mean, and somehow the Vikings always end up in situations to where they need to do more than they have to try to win a game. So what I'm saying is, pass catchers probably gonna get targets. I don't know how many receptions they're gonna get. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, Chargers secondary is actually, pretty solid. Your boy, the Cook isn't in any legal trouble yet, but
I don't think he will be.
It's like one story says that he did something, the other story says it was the other way around. He's not being investigated yet, so I guess.
I think for him, luckily, his story came out first because I think his story dropped with him being a victim first. Yeah. So that might be in his favor.
And that's one of the things, man, I feel like if the party is wrong about like the situation they're doing that just to ruin someone's career, I feel like they need to serve some type of, disciplinary action because we're in that like a world now to where it's frowned upon, and it should always be frowned upon. He's an NFL player. You putting your hands up on like a female, like we all know how big those guys are to put your hands on. Like female, that is, you're not a man in my book. But I feel like the accuser, if they're incorrect and they're just like making up the stuff just because they're upset or just because they want to hurt someone else, I feel like they should, be subject to some disciplinary action as well. It's a very, very tough thing. We've seen it with like the Ray Rice situation. We've seen it with, numerous amounts of people like the Seahawks guy and like the things that he was, like doing. And it's like a sad thing to see. So if he did it, then I want to see justice for her. And the other way around, if she's making this stuff up, I feel like that she should be subject to some type of, punishment as well. So terrible situation. You never want to see that thing happen, especially to like one of the more light guys in like the NFL. So hopefully it's not the way that the media is portraying it.
Yeah, I agree with that. This one, like, just this matchup in general is just interesting to me because, I mean, I feel like it's a lot of different outcomes that can happen in this game. And it's between two teams that normally every week has been, a lot of different outcomes can possibly happen. And before I get into my question about Mike Williams here, we have a question of our own from King Sam's. Mark Ingram or basically Dearness Johnson here, full PPR. So
Dearness.
So you got Dearness against the Patriots there. Mark Ingram has the Titans.
Man.
Just for offensive line purposes, I would say Dearness in this one. Because, yeah.
I feel like both of these guys here can give you similar production because what you're hoping for is that both of these guys try to find some way inside like the end zone. Mark Ingram is the guy with Alvin Kamara missing a game this week, and Dearness Johnson is the guy with no Kareem Hunt or Nick Chubb. But Dearness Johnson does have the toughest matchup. But still, man, I say flip a coin. King Sam's like this one is really, really tough for me.
But Dearness he got younger legs too. So let's throw that out there.
It is.
For me, I'm going Mark Ingram. For a couple of reasons. One, I mean, I'm pretty sure just that little intangible of him, being 20 yards away from being an all-time Saints leading rusher, I think that's a little extra motivation there too. I just don't trust Trevor Siemian. I don't. I really don't. And I think they're gonna be, a little bit run heavier than usual. I feel that way. Nothing against Dearness Johnson, but I just feel like that New England defense is a little bit more tougher. That's just my opinion on that one. And Mark Ingram can catch the ball in the backfield a couple of times. I've seen it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm going Ingram. John said flip a coin, and you said Johnson, right?
I said Johnson.
So we're basically like half and half here. But like Deshaun said, I mean, similar production, right?
Yep.
All right. So appreciate the question, King. Please subscribe, like, share, and rock with us going forward. Next one here, we got MPX1606 just traded Devontae and Hawkinson, and got Jonathan Taylor and Waller.
You're welcome.
I like that.
You're welcome.
I actually like that, bro. And he just got Jonathan Taylor and Waller.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
Stamp of approval.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. And so what do you guys think? I'm hoping JT finishes RB1, and I'm high on Waller. I think he's going to average 20 rest of the season. So as far as JT finishing 1, I feel like he has a great chance of doing so. I mean, we've been on the hot streak for some weeks now. I mean, I'm high on Waller too. His ability alone, I mean, he was already like the guy in the offense, and without that guy not on that team anymore. I like Waller even more, especially tonight. So yeah, I love it. I love it. I know that's your boy JT, right?
Oh yeah, Justin Timberlake.
No, that was some good moves, man. We definitely get the stamp of approval on that one, man. Appreciate that. Go ahead, do us a favor, subscribe, like, and continue to rock with us. We appreciate your comments on that one. We love that trade. All right, so real quick before we keep it moving, Mike Williams, he started off so hot and it's starting to deflate. He went from a must start to maybe wide receiver 2, flex play ish. So Viking secondary is trash. Can we have a Mike Williams sighting, like an actual 5 catches, 80+ yards, maybe a touchdown type game today?
Maybe. I think so. And just like you said, it is the Vikings that we're talking about. It seems like the only thing they have done is underachieve for like the past couple of years, or maybe I'm just starting to think that they're just not that football team. In my opinion, I always thought of them as a middle of the pack team in every facet besides rushing the football. I think they were a little bit better in terms of rushing it, but it just seems like they're not that. I always looked at a team like Atlanta or something like that as underachieving as well. Just because like they had like the Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley in like years past and Matt Ryan. I feel like they're in like a similar tier.
The crazy thing with that is, sorry to cut you off, but Atlanta, who is completely like depleted and trash, is 4-4. The Vikings, who has talent around here, is what, 3-6. I mean, there's only one common denominator for the Vikings for the past couple of years, and that's the quarterback. And
Kirk Cousins. His stats look good though.
It does. Yo,
what up, Matt?
What's going on? But yeah, that's the common denominator with them, man. Point blank period. And Mr. Empty calories. What can you say? All right. Y'all ready to move on to the next game?
Oh yeah.
We have a blockbuster matchup here: the Eagles and the Broncos. I mean, we have the sensation of Jalen Hurts and that high-power offense against the dreaded Denver Broncos with Teddy Bridgewater and the best running back of all time, Melvin Gordon III. That's where we're at.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, hold on. So, all right. So Matt came back with this. Can you guys pick one for flex, for PPR? We got Odell, McKissick, Gallup, Elijah Moore. This is outstanding. He said he also has T.Y. Also could pick up T.Y. or Alex Collins. We're not doing either one of those. So between these guys here, this is outstanding. I love this.
I would say Elijah Moore because we don't know what kind of role Beckham's going to play this week.
Ooh, that's wow. Okay, we got Odell. Gallup is back. He's fired up. Elijah Moore is making his presence felt. J.D. McKissick can have a role as far as PPR. Damn, Matt.
All right. So let's break this down. Odell plays Monday against the Niners. We don't know exactly, what his participation is going to be, but we know he has the highest ceiling out before. We know that.
Absolutely.
McKissick, we know his floor might be the lowest to a certain degree. Maybe Gallup has the lowest floor, but McKissick, has some value there because, it could be pass heavy like we think it is. 2-minute offense, he's always out there. He targets. He has value. Gallup, first game back off the IR, in an offense that has a lot of weapons. He's more so a boom or bust play, in my opinion. And then you got Elijah Moore. As long as the great Mike White is starting, Elijah Moore has value, even though it's against that Bills secondary. But I like Moore. So I like Moore. I like Moore, but if you're feeling really like, rolling the dice here, Odell would be the guy for me. But Elijah Moore, that's who I like, just because the quarterback, the great Mike White.
Yeah, Jamar, and that's the two that I would probably like pick from. So Elijah Moore would probably be a little bit more safe than Odell just because he's just got with the team. He really doesn't know like the offense. Again, you already mentioned that we don't know what type of role he is going to play. So Elijah Moore may seem like the safest out of the two, but Odell does present some boom factor, man. because like they could get something off in like a play action, give them the ball, 60-yard score, boom, just like that. So.
I mean, like he said, I don't know why I see Odell getting like 8 catches for 100 yards, and that's the high ceiling factor we're talking about. Like that can happen, absolutely. He has a competent quarterback. He has the best quarterback of his career throwing him the ball now, an accurate deep ball thrower, a proven quarterback in this league in a high-powered Sean McVay offense. So yes, that's why that is very appealing. It's just don't know the first game.
Here's one thing I'm going to take in. I'm going to put out there. I don't think we've discussed this yet. Yeah. With Odell, I think it was the GM of the Browns was saying they couldn't really get on the same page, and he said part of that was like Odell wasn't running the right routes. He kind of like freelance, kind of did his own thing. But then you saw last week, Peoples Jones was out there. He was balling. That man looked like young Jerry Rice out there. Like, he was balling. And Baker slanging the ball a little bit. So I don't know about Odell. So that's what I'm saying. Like I would kind of roll with Elijah Moore because we don't know what kind of role. Are they just gonna let him go out there and just run?
Right. You don't know. And he said he's not just being used as a returner, right? And that goes back to what Sean McVay said, look, I guess to the media, right? If he can go out there and, help us win, then they're going to throw him out there. We don't know exactly how much. We don't know the percentage of plays. Is there a snap count? Limited amount of offensive plays that he knows out the playbook. Or they just tell him to just run a go route or a 15-yard post route. Don't know. That's the thing. He can have the greatest game in his debut, or he could be very minimal. You don't know. That's why Elijah Moore has probably the best, safest bet today, in our opinion. So that is definitely a great problem to have. And we have another one here from MP again. All right, so he said, I'm trying to balance my team out. I had Devontae, AJ, and Cup at wide receiver. My only running back was Saquon, so I got JT and traded Saquon for Fournette and Mike Williams. That is awesome.
That was great.
The fact that he flipped.
MP, if you don't mind me asking, I want to know what your record is, bro. So he hoping Mike Williams goes back to week 1 through 4. Would you trade Mike Williams for OBJ?
Yes.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Woods is done. OBJ is looking to be a focal point of that offense for the rest of the season. And look, it's Matt Stafford. Come on, man. Yeah. Matt Stafford is balling on another stratosphere right now. So yeah, going forward, OBJ would be a great addition to any fantasy football squad.
Yeah, he's automatically a wide receiver 2 and has wide receiver 1 upside the whole way at this point, as long as he's healthy. Man, so MP been willing and dealing. We definitely want to know your record here.
Yep.
All right, so real quick back to this heavyweight matchup here. So who do you trust more today, Courtland Sutton or Devontae Smith?
I like Devontae Smith. Like him a lot. Former Heisman winning wide receiver, which you don't see too often. Has rapport with Jalen Hurts. We already know that. But that Broncos secondary, Jamar, well, it's legit, y'all.
Yeah.
It is legit. And for that reason, I am going with Courtland Sutton just for this week. Look, any other week, I'm probably rolling with Devontae Smith because he is the clear-cut number 1 passing option in that offense. It's tied a little bit with Dallas Goedert. I knew that was your record too, bro. I knew it. I knew you was on fire. So shout out to you. Hey, if you take the crown, make sure you come back and let us know, bro, because your team is stacked right now.
For real, we probably gonna have a whole segment of anybody that wins. Send us your screenshots. We gonna definitely give you shout outs, like for real.
Yeah, but anyway, so back to that, Courtland Sutton. He definitely is a more than capable wide receiver. Devontae Smith is gonna have his hands full with that Broncos secondary. I'm giving the edge to Courtland Sutton this week.
Same. I mean, when you pointed out the Broncos secondary, I was like, yeah. I was like, you kind of build up Devontae Smith at first. I was like, all right, yeah. I was like Devontae, but I was like, nah. Like Denver's defense is a lot better than what the Eagles are going to bring. So I'm rolling with Sutton on this one as well.
Fair enough. And then
10-yard Teddy.
So he made a trade recently with Eckler and Beasley for Tyreek and Elijah Mitchell. What you guys think? So, Eckler. Beasley, Tyreek.
Yeah, because I feel like Tyreek is going to outplay Beasley easily,
Mhm.
and Elijah Mitchell can give you similar production, not as good as an Austin Eckler. I feel like this is more so one of those balanced trades. So I'm gonna give you the edge for adding Elijah Mitchell because you have the two more of like the more capable guys who can go out there and give you more up on a week-to-week basis. Eckler is a rock star though. Like never forget that. But Beasley is one of those guys who is like, okay, he may have a good week, and then 3 more weeks later, it won't be another week until he has a good week. So it'll be far and few in between.
I mean, my thing is you went and got guys who have higher floors and higher ceilings.
Yep.
So, and not comparing, of course, Eckler has a higher ceiling than Mitchell, but more so just the overall aspect of it. I mean, like you said, Deshaun, Mitchell, I mean, in a year where running backs value has diminished between crowded backfields and injuries, I mean, Mitchell, when healthy, has been really solid, really solid. And Tyreek Hill, if I'm not mistaken, he is wide receiver 2 right now in a PPR format. So he's been like probably the most consistent player on the Chiefs offense this year.
Oh, yeah.
So no, and you're right, Matt, bro. It is a even trade. And again, this is known without seeing both of you guys' rosters to where like your need is. But as far as I'm concerned, with a lot of shady stuff that's been going on that I've been seeing as far as like trades go, I just keep my mouth shut on it. I never veto anything because if you're man enough to make the trade and you're man enough to accept it on like the opposite end, let it ride. I feel like. But who am I to get in between that? But as far as this trade goes, I think it's a little bit more one of like the balanced ones that I've seen.
All right. And so MP said, I want to see how Mike Williams does today because if he goes off, I can sell him high. Absolutely. Matter of fact,
be willing and dealing, man. I love it, bro.
He hustling, man. I like it.
Bro, you got to come on so we got a willing and dealing segment here, man. So we can educate some people out here because I mean he's making all the right moves. And so, okay, so all right, this matchup here, I'm not. I mean, how do you feel about Jalen Hurts today, really quick?
I think he has a little bit upside because you can't never knock him like using his like legs, his ability to run. It seems like he's gonna automatically give you 5 to 6 points there just by using his legs from a week-to-week basis. But as far as him throwing, I want to see a little bit more of Jalen Hurts inside the pocket, man, like making some good throws instead of being like a one read step and run guy. You know what I mean? So it's he does have some fantasy relevancy this week, even against a tough Broncos defense. But on the road, man, it's going to be a little bit of tough sledding for him. I feel like I think he's just going to have an average week, in my opinion.
Probably. That's why I in our Destination Fantasy League because he's normally my starter, and Burrow's my backup. Of course, he's on bye. I picked up Matt Ryan today. I'm not starting Jalen Hurts. I just can't do it. I can't do it. All right, 3 more games left. This one here, I feel like it's going to be a really good one. Seahawks, Packers, the return of Russell Wilson, and I guess to a lesser extent, Aaron Rodgers. So who has a better game?
Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers is mad right now. He got mad last year and won the MVP. What you think he about to do to this the Seahawks secondary today? That man's on a mission.
Man.
Yeah.
Look, I'm with you when you're right, bro. Aaron Rodgers is he like a shark smelling up blood right now, bro. That secondary is about to get straight up Swiss cheese, fricassee, flambe, whatever you want to call it. Aaron Rodgers is going to have a fantastic game, but don't knock Russell Wilson. He's back with those weapons. DK, remains one of the top wide receivers in fantasy football. Tyler Lockett gets a little bit more of a bump, a lot bit more of a bump because he's kind of been like the odd man out since Russell's been out. And I think we get Chris Carson back as well, Jamar. Am I right?
No, he's still IR.
Still on IR? So he hasn't been activated?
I don't think he's going to play this week.
Okay. All right. So
I got him in one of my leagues.
Even with that being said, I don't think it's going to be too far in between as far as like the production. I'll say Aaron Rodgers end up with like 25 fantasy points. Russell Wilson 21. So Not too far off.
It's in Lambeau too, though.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
And you just said it's cold outside.
It's definitely cold outside.
Oh, man, I think Aaron Rodgers about to have a game for the ages today. I can't wait to watch. And it's a day game too. They should have moved this to Sunday night.
Man, look, I ain't never seen a more dedicated football player than Russell Wilson. The way how he prepared for the game, he wasn't even supposed to be back this soon. This guy stayed inside the lab, making sure he got himself right so he can come back and possibly make a run, at like the playoffs now. So I think he's all locked in. So I like Russ a lot, and that's why I had to give him a little bit more of I'm just not about to play him right out the gate. So I say he scores about 20, and Aaron Rodgers has anywhere between 25 to 27 fantasy.
All right, so
go ahead and say it, Jamar. Man,
he about to roll Russell Wilson. I know. Let's see. Go ahead.
I am for it. It's not even because look.
It is.
It has nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. It does. No,
it's not you. It's me. That's that breakup right there. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. That's that middle school breakup tone right there. It's not you. It's me. Anyway, no. It's more so that I get Aaron Rodgers. He does smell blood. I get that. But I feel like there's another shark in this tank, and I feel like it's Russell Wilson. I feel like he smells blood, and for the standpoint that he know if he wasn't hurt, this team would be a lot better positioned to be in the playoffs. The fact that what the record is 3-6, 3-5, somewhere around there.
3-5, yeah, 3-5.
They're what I think a game out of the last spot.
That's terrible. That just shows how bad the NFC is.
Well, NFC is top heavy, and then after that it falls off a cliff. But I mean, I feel like he has something to prove. The reason why he's coming back this soon, I feel like he's going I feel like people forgotten about him and written off the Seahawks, and I feel like he's going to come out here and do his thing. And I guess for the Aaron Rodgers side, I mean, yes, he can go out there and just throw for like 5 touchdowns, 300 yards. But maybe Matt LaFleur is going to dial up, an A.J. Dillon game, an Aaron Jones game. And Aaron Rodgers may not have the yards or the touchdowns. But he probably look good doing it.
You think LaFleur got anything to do with Aaron Rodgers about to do out there today?
I mean, Matt LaFleur had everything to do with Aaron Rodgers not going for it on 4th down against the Bucs last year.
And you see what happened, right?
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers, they were going to Aaron Rodgers' house to come pick him up. Hey, man, I'm sorry. We sorry. This man's about to go crazy today.
Oh, man.
And I'm not even trying to disrespect Russell Wilson like that. But I think he'll have a pretty solid game. But I think Aaron's he's about to. Hey, so this is a quick financial tip. If anybody can buy some stock in whoever makes ivermectin, that stuff is about to go crazy today. Because after they see what Rodgers come back, like, hey, sales about to go nuts.
Oh man. And then real quick, MP said his team started with Kyler, Chubb, Swift, Kupp, AJ Brown, Keenan Gronk. Now my team is Kyler, JT Fournette, Kupp, AJ, Mike Williams, Waller. Solid.
Yeah.
Solid. But yeah, nevertheless, I mean, I expect both these quarterbacks to probably finish top 10 today. I really do.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, likewise. I think this is the game to watch today, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. That's game of the week.
I normally on Red Zone and I watch everything. I might have a second TV up just for this game because normally when these two teams play in general, it's a good game. Usually the Seahawks end up on the better end of these, but still, it's usually a good game.
Agreed.
All right, so I'm pretty sure that's the game of the week on Fox, if I'm not mistaken. And then we get the Sunday Night Football here. Chiefs, Raiders, basically real simple question. What are your expectations? Oh, he got the guns blazing over there.
You think it's gonna be a shootout?
Shootout, I do. I really do. Jamar made a valid point earlier, man. Carr be carving them up, bro. Jared Carr be carving them up. And expect Waller. Who was that? Was that MP who just gained Waller this week?
Yep.
Or something like that? Look, he's going for 20 this week. Waller's going for 20. Hunter Renfro's going to have about 15. Like those guys are going to eat today against that. The Chiefs secondary is so bad. It's so bad. And there goes Tyrann. Yep, there goes Tyrann Mathieu. holding his hands up, looking at Sorensen. Dude, I'm willing to bet, like, in the locker room. I know he'd be wanting to beat the brakes off me, dude, bro. Like, seriously, for giving up so much. But yeah, man, I just feel like Derek Carr has, top 5 upside this week. I feel like he's gonna get the job done. And Pat Mahomes, I think he has a good game as well. I'm not sure who's gonna win this football game. My mind's telling me Raiders, but my heart is telling me Patrick Mahomes will find a way to get the W. So again, this is going to be a good football game as well. Divisional matchup. Those guys know each other. So yeah, I'm willing to watch this football game as well.
I think it's going to be a shootout, but I think the Chiefs are going to be. We're going to say the Raiders are shooting with 308, and the Chiefs are going to be shooting 22 rounds. This isn't our Chiefs of the last like 2 years. Like I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if everybody's just caught up to them or what. The offense is like, it hasn't been like it hasn't overwhelmed anybody. They put up 15 last week against the Packers with nobody. If Aaron Rodgers was in that game, it would have been a massacre. So I don't know, man. Yeah, it could be a shootout, but Chiefs might be shooting blanks.
So,
and I'm not talking about the Alex Baldwin blanks.
Ooh.
Too early?
No, I think it's about right. It's been a few weeks.
All right.
So I was on my way to Carrabba's yesterday, listening to I think the NFL station on satellite radio and whatnot. It was talking about the Chiefs, and it was a couple of valid points they made. One, and I said this a while ago, as far as they don't have a running game. And what I said more so was that they miss Kareem Hunt. That's who they really miss.
Yep.
They don't have a running game. They thought Clyde Edwards-Helaire would step right in. A lot of us did. Could replicate that. It didn't happen. They traded for Orlando Brown for the offensive line. And I think, and they were saying the line is actually fine. It's more so the lack of a running game, and Mahomes is like maybe taking off, maybe a step or two earlier outside the pocket than he normally does, and inaccuracies there. Forcing the ball downfield instead of taking it underneath to Kelsey, a couple of times, and then more so as far as the defense, this team is so used to playing ahead. The defense probably built to play ahead and not from behind. And that's where, they forcing issues on offense. Defense gets routed. And then all of a sudden you look up, the Bills are smacking them by 30-some points. Tennessee going in, dropping 27 of their three. They're basically, they used to set the tempo and everybody else setting the tempo against them. And that's due to lack of running game and this happening in the secondary. So yeah, expectations. I do see a lot of ammo fired here. I don't know how many targets going to be hit, but I do see a lot of ammunition in this game. I just want to know if Travis Kelce going to find the end zone. That's all I want to know. Like, everybody else probably going to do their thing. I just want to know if Travis Kelce going to find the end zone. I kind of need it in a sense today. I really do.
So basically, you're speaking it into existence, right?
Yes.
Now. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So, honestly, it is a very, very, very fantasy-friendly matchup as it has been, even this year with the Chiefs offense. Not as, fantasy, spectacular than they usually are, but nevertheless, if you got players in this game, you're starting them without a doubt. And then our last game, but definitely not the least, we got the basically crowned Super Bowl champs Los Angeles Rams against the 49ers. Fun question here. What is OBJ stat line? What is it?
4 catches for 85 yards.
85 yards. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 4 for 50. I'm going to say 4 for 50 just for now. But I forgot who mentioned it earlier, but he was thinking, 8 catches for 100 yards. Like that can happen too. Nevertheless, we don't know, but basically what we're saying is after this week, it's definitely ball out time for OBJ. So Rams offense, of course, you're starting everybody under the sun. That's what you're doing. 49ers. So, Kittle came back last week. He did his thing in limited action. Like, I didn't expect that. I know Walter's away at the moment, but he's been on the sell high bandwagon on George Kittle. And I mean, after last week's game, I feel like this is a pretty good time to sell high on George Kittle, especially if you have somebody like he does, Dalton Schultz as his backup tight end right now.
I think so. Anytime you have a player like George Kittle with that name, it rings bells, right? Everybody say, "Ooh." Everybody eyes lights up whenever you mention him in the trade, but they don't tend to look at his
production overall. It's been several tight ends that has outplayed him during this entire season. So it's just one of those things to where it's like hopefully you have a better alternative at tight end. Like maybe you still had a Logan Thomas who was out on IR or Dawson Knox as like a backup tight end or something like that. So it just all depends upon your current, roster. And I feel like, hey, if you can trade that guy, go ahead, get rid of him because I'm not sure if I'm liking the production now and going forward. That one is still like a toss-up to me.
Yeah. So, Debo, I feel like Debo's still going to get his to a certain degree. Brandon Ayuk, I actually kind of like in this matchup today, tomorrow night. I think Elijah Mitchell should be okay as well. So, there's a lot of games, a lot of players rather that you should be able to start in this matchup here. And we got another question here. This is from Mike. Michael Carter or Jordan Howard? Michael Carter against the Bills, Jordan Howard against the Broncos.
Man, that's tough. Because of the simple fact that it's like every time you want to say that Jordan Howard, he ain't gonna do nothing. He always finds the freaking end zone. Man, it's like he's a freaking dude. Me too. And it's like he's like a vulture. So honestly, you have to even take this one as a serious question, Jamar, because his ability to sniff out the end zone at 2 yards in and in. So even with that still being said, I still like Michael Carter a little bit more. I think he's going to be involved inside the passing game as well. We know what he can do out the backfield, but make no mistake about it, Jordan Howard is still a factor in this football game. And it's crazy for me to even say that because of his ability to find the end zone. So still giving the edge to Michael Carter.
Let me see. So the great Mike White, he played week 8 against, I think, Cincinnati, right? And didn't play against the Colts, if I'm not mistaken. He played that game. He got hurt. And then that's okay. So the reason why I brought that up is because when, quarterback play matters, even the running backs to a certain degree. So against Cincinnati, when Mike White did start the game, he had 31 points, at least 31 points, Michael Carter.
Yep.
He had 9 catches. 9 catches on 14 targets.
That extra ability that Jordan Howard does not possess.
So is Jordan Howard more likely to find end zone than Michael Carter? Sure. It pisses me off. But like you mentioned, who's more involved? Be more heavily involved in this game, Michael Carter. So basically, back to that equation, the Fantasy Star, opportunity plus talent. Opportunity for Michael Carter is a lot more in this game than Jordan Howard. So I'm giving the edge to Michael Carter as well. So appreciate the question, Mike. Please subscribe, please like, please share, please continue to rock with us, man.
Appreciate you, Mike.
All right, so that's basically it. Man, how you feeling about your matchups today?
I'm not liking them, Jamar.
I've already went on the record to say that, and no doubt, appreciate you, Mike. And it's just is one of those things where it's like, okay, last week I went 7-0. I won every matchup inside fantasy that I had, which is like a first for me this season. And I think that's going to be short lived because my matchups are tough. I got some guys out. Like I got some fantasy implications there. No Kyler Murray. No AK-41. No Big Ben, which means that Deontay Johnson is going to be tough. So I mean, Najee Harris may be benefit from that, but it's gonna be a tough week. But this is what fantasy football is all about: how your ability to adjust in such a quick, you got to be quick to adjust. These things come just like this. So I mean, I feel okay. But trust me, I'm up on like the slump side for this week.
Yeah, man. Like I said pre-show, I went 2-5 last week. That was a disaster. I think it might have been due to those weird results that we saw last week with those games and lack of productivity in games that we thought that people should have balled out in. But either way, no, I'm always looking forward to Sundays. Like Sundays during football season makes getting up for work on Mondays, not bad. Like
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I guess at this point, man, let's wrap it up. I know Walt had to go, take care of something real quick. That's why he is not present at the moment. But once again, where can they find us?
Man, you can find us pretty much everywhere where podcasts are found: Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, Apple Music. You even see we got like the little ticker down there. We're available on Facebook, YouTube, basically Spotify. Look, we're there, so it's definitely no excuse for that. So definitely make sure you check out the page on YouTube. Make sure you give us a like, comment, subscribe. Trust me, it helps the channel grow. It helps us to get out there to everyone. And we appreciate all the questions from today. We appreciate the show support in general. So thank you guys for another fantastic show.
Absolutely. And then, lastly, one-stop shop is the DestinationFantasy.com. We got everything there. My brother's rocking the hoodie. I'm rocking the shirt. Walt had on a shirt as well. We definitely appreciate the support. If you want to, be generous at just the holiday season and donate, we do have a cash app at the ticket there, $ Destination Fantasy. I mean, we appreciate you all. We really do. We do this, for the fun of it because we love fantasy football. We love, a good laugh every week, just hanging out with the bros. We love it, and we're glad that you all can join us as well. So, with that being said, for Walt, who's not here, for my brother Deshaun, myself, Jamar, peace out. Deuces next week. See you all week 11.